Now, lots of fans loved MJ more than they currently love LeBron. I get it. There was a lot to like about MJ. He was great. He was glamorous. He was cool. His commercials, he was good looking. He had that kind of, American step on the throat thing we love for our athletes. And a lot of people say the NBA was better 20 years ago. Well, I don't necessarily disagree. It had more layers. It was physical. Players really hated each other. The rivalries were intense. I mean, I get it. The Pistons, the Bulls, the Lakers, the Celtics, and Bird, and tackling, and I get it. I think I like the NBA probably more than 20 years ago. I think the players are now more talented, but it was very tribal and very intense, and there was a lot to love about it. But the people that loved the NBA 20 years ago and love Michael Jordan more than LeBron, they believe the debate is over, and it is not over with LeBron and Michael Jordan. It's not just beginning. It's not in the middle. There's three things LeBron has going for him. Number one, his stats and production will crush MJ with just 2 to 3 more seasons. Number two, LeBron's now got titles in 3 destinations. Michael couldn't even win in a second. And number three, Anthony Davis. And this is the factor. When you look around at the argument for second best player in the NBA, and this has happened really quickly. Giannis, he's now locked into Milwaukee, a place that won't get free agents. James Harden, increasingly weird. Kawhi, alienates teammates, load management, leadership questions are legit. Steph Curry, injuries, and Clay is hurt. Kevin Durant, ditto on the injuries, and I, for one, am a real cynic on KD and Kyrie being, Tom Hanks and Rita Hanks for 40 years working perfectly in harmony. I have my issues about that relationship. Very quickly, the number 2 player in the league is Anthony Davis, and he doesn't have any of those issues. We don't question his leadership. We don't question now his durability. He doesn't appear to be difficult to play with. We have a situation now where the second best player in the league for most of LeBron's career, let's be honest, all of it, was a threat to LeBron. Folks, 4 years ago, you were telling me KD's better than LeBron. You kept yelling and screaming. And there's the Westbrook and the Harden and the Embiid. And now all the twos are in these situations, leadership, mental, physical, hard to play with, unglamorous markets, except one of them, Anthony Davis. And from the first week, and I don't know what it is about their personalities, not only does LeBron have the second best player, it is like they're brothers. It's like they've played together for 15 years. LeBron loved D. Wade, still does. I always thought that was a weird, clunky basketball fit. LeBron and AD is literally perfect. And LeBron's entire career has been about, who's the next LeBron? Who's going to challenge LeBron? The second now, to me, and I don't even think there's a question, he now plays with, they fit together, and the Lakers have upgraded. Listen, part of Fox Sports' growth has been ESPN's decline. Part of LeBron's dominance has been the same thing. I have so many questions about the twos, about Kawhi, about Giannis, about Steph, about Harden, about KD. The only one I don't is Anthony Davis. So I do think the Lakers should win, will win, and should be favored. It's great to have you in today. I was watching that Steeler game last night. I considered strongly, but that's not who I am. I considered strongly going on a 5-minute Instagram rant. And I thought, cliche, no reason. Let's just let this thing bake here. But I do have a question for all those mean Steeler fans who hurt my feelings when I simply suggested you can't win playoff games with that BB gun offense. That's next. Ever wonder just how far an extra mile really goes? Well, you could find out. Been meticulous with their bodies. And now it pays real dividends as they age. You know, your body, you can live on Taco Bell and 4 hours sleep when you're 21. But when you're 38, 39, 40 as a pro athlete, bro, it catches up to you. I mean, Michael Jordan is unbelievable. But Michael was a cigar-smoking, wine-drinking, steak-eating, card-playing, no-sleeping maniac, and in the end, he couldn't jump. And he's Michael Jordan. Big Ben's reputation, and this is why I picked him for 8-8 and 7-9. Joy is my witness. I kept saying, surgery for those who are in great shape is different for those like Big Ben. He has never been a grinder. Jay Glazer has a mailbag for a subscription service called The Athletic. And Glazer's got a lot of friendly NFL contacts. He's not somebody that bangs away at players. But during the summer, somebody asked him about Big Ben. He said, first of all, let's not put the words fitness and Ben together. They're allergic to each other. There is no fitness in Ben. His idea of a great off-season workout is a yoga session, playing golf, and drinking beer. That's not a shot. That is what I have talked about on this show for years. In this instance, Glazer and I share sources. That's not a shot on him. Ben is the greatest backyard football player in league history. But this goes for everybody. Actors, landscapers, school teachers. How you treat your body, I can tell when you're 55 or 60. And as a pro athlete, I can tell when you're 35. Big Ben, right now, it's over. Like Drew Brees has some limitations, and Brady certainly does. But those two also brought sort of a cerebral pre-snap excellence to the position. Big Ben's always played this thing like it's him and a bunch of Pennsylvania guys in the backyard, and he's the best ever at it. He wasn't one of the great pre-snap guys, one of the great audible guys, one of the off-season workout guys. It was, give me a ball, get me a couple of deep threats, and let's go. LFG. The problem is Pittsburgh is built to be Big Ben at 27. They got great receivers. They got unbelievable receivers. He can't throw a deep ball. I mean, it's bad. First play of the game, he can't throw a deep ball. And so, listen, Tom Brady is an outlier. Peyton Manning fell off a cliff late 30s. Eli, last 4 years, was weak. Phillip Rivers, probably a year left. Drew Brees, he'll be into broadcasting. That's the way it works. LeBron and Brady are outliers because they have put so much into their bodies. Both put millions a year. I've said Russell Wilson is very much LeBron and Brady. You can see he is building a brand to play until his 40s. He puts $1.5 million. I have some connections to Russell. He puts about $1.5 million a year. And he's young, not old guy. And here's the other thing. And listen, I know Ben had surgery. And you can push back and go, well, this surgery, go ask doctors. Go ask anybody. Like, the better shape you're in, the faster you recover from surgeries. Big Ben was very good early in the season. But as the season is extending, it's not that he's struggling. He's awful. Maybe it's Sam Darnold. Maybe it's draft picks. It is awful. And so I think this morning you have to be, it's the elephant in the room. They got to move. They got to move off this thing because this is a 16-game schedule. And if you're Pittsburgh, your standards are 2 or 3 playoff games after that. This is no longer a 19-game quarterback. Maybe you draft somebody and you give Ben a couple of weeks off in October and November. I'm not sure if he'd like that. But, you can walk around. You can walk around to the mall and look and say who took care of themselves and who just was born good looking. You know what I mean? You all see that person, they're great looking in high school and college. They party hard. All of a sudden they get a little older and they're still kind of good looking and stuff. But it's like, they stayed up late. They closed a few bars. And I think with Big Ben, that's always been the thing. And he's just always been a world-class talent, a backyard football player, and it's caught up to him. And, the surgery's not easy for anybody. Nobody is saying that. But LeBron got hurt 2 years ago. He's better now than he was 4 years ago. I mean, it's just he bounced off that injury like nothing I've ever seen. Well, it's not osmosis. It's not a coincidence. There's a reason LeBron bounced off that injury. So here's Big Ben after.
I'm not consistent enough, which affects the offense because the ball's in my hand every play.
And what is the level of frustration and concern right now as you head in the last 2 weeks?
High frustration.
Sam Darnold, draft picks, one of them, it's time to make a move. To this, the NBA begins in earnest tonight. Now, lots of